Hello everybody, this is toysareruss, and for this third-party figure showcase and review, we're going to be looking at the Iron Factory EX72 Chaos Blaze figures. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick look at the packaging because there's some beautiful product shots on there. We're going to have a look at him in both of his modes, help you decide how you want to display him. We're going to have a look at the accessories that come with him, and of course we're going to see how he looks and compares with other Iron Factory and indeed other third-party figures as well. Before we get started, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really will help me out. And also to thank Shozy, because that's where this came from, and as you can see, they got him to me nice, quickly and safely. Right, so first and foremost, and this is where I may need your help, because if I'm wrong, please do correct me in the comments. I believe this is a third-party take on how the Fallen looked in the IDW comics. Now, he does come packaged in robot mode inside the box there, and again we've got the lovely, it's not artwork, it's an actual product shot. He comes packed in robot there, and he comes with his giant sword stroke staff, you can see, which at the moment is in two pieces, and I'll explain why in a second. Now, when he also comes packaged in robot mode, he comes with these fists on him, which to be honest are no use really at all, because they're closed, so you can't even put his weapons in his hands, and also they're too big, so you have to change them for the smaller ones in order to transform him. I'm going to upload a separate tutorial, so hopefully that helps you out, and it won't be in this video to keep the main length of the video down. Right, the other thing that first completely surprised me when I took this out, I thought these flame pieces would be separate, or you'd be attaching them, maybe a bit like, you know, the Masterpiece Bone Crusher, but no, they are fully attached to the figure, to be honest, so that did surprise me. The alternate mode, I've got to confess, I think is quite weak. It's okay. To be honest, it was a bit of a pain getting it into the alternate mode. I thought it perhaps would be better than what it is, or what I've seen it look like in pictures, but with regards to this, it really is all about the robot mode, and hopefully, as I say, we'll be able to see that in a little bit more light in a second when we get him there. I'm just quickly searching for a blast effect, because I believe, is it? Yes, it is blast effect compatible, so if you've got any of them from your mainline figures, you can pop them in. Right, so let's have a look at it. As I say, some of these are completely fixed on, they're glued on, so you don't want to be pulling them about too much. Some of these are on their own individual hinges, and you can spin them around, turn them backwards and forwards, lift them up and down, etc. So there's quite a bit that you can do with that. It's obviously some sort of military vehicle. You can, maybe a tank, you can, but it takes a lot of effort. Maybe because it's really stiff, you can spin the turret around. This does move up and down, and this was, as I say, and is his staff stroke trident stroke everything else when he's in his particular robot mode, and that's what the rest of it is there. There's nowhere that I can find or see, and again, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments, where you can actually attach this to either that, not that you'd want to, or to anywhere just to store it. It also comes with what I think is a stand. I'm going to have a go at working out that later on as well. So with regards to size, there's a deluxe normal mainstream vehicle. Where's my industry standard Optimus Prime? Where's he gone? Oh, I've got a G1 one. I've got a G1 Optimus Prime there. I've got a deluxe drag strip. I've got a Rising Force Motormaster, just to give you, with the wheels folded in, just to give you an idea of how big this particular figure is. So it's a third party, so it's in between. In fact, this is probably going to be a bit bigger than Deluxe, to be honest, but I suppose the Fallen is kind of a big character. So with regards, as I say, to this particular mode, I don't think there's much more. Let me bring in just the, there it is, that's what I was looking for. Earthrise Optimus Prime, just to give you an idea of the size of it. There's not really much more to say about the alternate mode. As I say, I do find it quite weak, and in all honesty, that's exactly why I started the video with him in his alternate mode. Right, we're going to come right back, and he's going to be in robot, and you'll be able to see exactly what I mean about how spectacular he is. So yes, here he is in obviously the more superior mode. In honesty, as I say, we're going to start off with the negatives first. Now, you've probably seen the tutorial which I uploaded before I uploaded this particular video, and it's my same bugbear, a gripe with pretty much most of the third-party company figures. I think the transformation process, to be honest, is overcomplicated, and it doesn't need to be. But the good thing about that is thankfully the Iron Factory, they have a lot of ball and socket joints, and they just do tend to pop off and reattach really easily. So that's the negative. The negative is to get it into this stunning mode, or in fact, if you buy it, then you'll probably just keep it like this. because the transformation process, it quite simply is a pain in the bum, and to be honest, I don't think it's worth it. Again, if you want to let me know what you think in the comments, that's absolutely fine. But these are the small fists that I said that you do actually need on him if you want to transform him, and as I say, they look totally out of proportion. These are the ones that comes with him, so it's quite simple. Just attach, as I said, everything with Iron Factory's ball and socket, so it's quite simple. Let's make sure I get the actual right fist on, which is that. So you can see the difference is huge, but then you can't fit them in to where the forearm holds. So again, sometimes maybe a bit pointless, I don't know, maybe I'm being overly critical. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to definitely give him an open palm hand, because I'm obviously going to be attaching or giving him his sword, shall we say, in a second. So this time, let's see if we can get this to pop on. Knowing my luck now, I probably won't be able to. Whoa, that's stiff. And quite typically it's not going on for me. If you're wondering why I'm keeping this rolling and why I haven't just cut out and come straight back on with it, because I want to give you guys a true reflection of exactly what the figure's like. And this, as I say, there you go. It took a bit of time going. Them fists look ridiculous now. It looks like Jeremy Beadle. Right, what I'm going to do now though is go over the articulation. So we'll look at the detail in the head, which is stunning. It looks a bit like Zurg from Toy Story, to be honest, but it still looks good. You can spin it all the way around, no problem. It will look up and down. You can see there, even though his shoulders are huge, you can still come up a little bit. If you could probably, if you prized it apart enough, get a little bit more range of motion. They're perhaps just that little bit too big. They will go all the way around this way though, no issues whatsoever. You've got a swivel, you can see there underneath the shoulder, and you've got your bicep bend as well. You've obviously got wrist articulation because you've just seen me replace the fists. Now there is an ab crunch, which is very clever. That is a legit ab crunch. You can see that is nothing to do with transformation process whatsoever. It is a legitimate ab crunch, and you've got like a chest swivel and a waist swivel. So all of this, and again, this is what I was on about, the perhaps overly engineered transformation process. You can spin around on this axis, and pretty much underneath, because you have to do that. You've got to keep turning in different ways. So he's highly posable, don't get me wrong, he's good for that. This is a hip skirt, which means that you can kick the legs, and this at the back, you can sort of move it out. You've got a good enough, got a nice stride, but nowhere near the splits, shall we say. This way out, again, pretty much the same, unless you want to pop the ball and sockets. See what I mean? Every single thing's ball and sockets, which is good, because otherwise you do run the risk of breaking it. There is a swivel, because you can see it's a ball and socket. There's your knee bend, there's your ankle tilt, toe tap, rock, sway, everything. And yeah, it is beautiful looking. And as I say, you can see now quite clearly that all of these flames, these are the ones that don't even move, they're all attached. This one, funny enough, I popped off earlier on when I was just having a look, trying to play with it. It did just come off on that particular C clip there. So again, heart in mouth, thought I broke it straight away, but no, it just reattached relatively easy. Right, I'm not going to show you any more of the fists, because I'm sure you get the gist of what to do with them. What I am going to show you though is the sword. So this was the front of it, and this, of course, you may remember being the tank turret. So what we're looking to do is open this up. This is going to be the handle. So we're going to fold these bits in completely like this. We're then going to, I should have folded this in, I think. Do I fold that in now? Yeah. No, I don't. Let's keep it out of the way for now. These things, everything's really stiff as well. Right, let's keep this out of the way. What we're looking to do is, as we bring this out, that's better, push this all the way down on that hinge. There we go. Now this will join together to be the handle. Then you've got to fold these bits down, and then bring this over like so. And that's pretty much the main base of exactly what we're looking at there. So that perhaps should have gone on the bottom. Yep, I took it off and had a little play with that. And then you will attach this. Oh no, this goes on that side. There we go. And then again, it's one of them same old, slot this through the hands, and then of course it'll hold there if you want, but then you can attach this bit to the bottom. So that is insane looking and very, very good. I keep using that word quite a lot at the moment. Magmatron did it for me. This guy's doing it for me. It just looks looks really, really good. Let's give you an idea, I suppose, of the size of him. So I've got a few, fun enough, sound waves because I've just done a recent video on him. So he's nowhere near as big as a Voyager, excuse the glare, which means that he's definitely not going to be as big as the original Generation 1. Nope, nowhere near. What have we got? So there's a core class. Do you know what? He probably is going to be just a slightly bit bigger than a deluxe. He's not a Voyager. Yep, there's Prime, doesn't even fit on the screen. There's a small deluxe. So this guy is, fun enough, he's just a little bit bigger, as you can see, than a deluxe. But in this deluxe's case, no, he's not. Legend scales, you tend to find they are all different. Not massively different, but again, I suppose because, like I said in the first part, this is a big character, so it's a big figure. So he's much smaller than their take on an Iron Bison, or a Kill Bison as his proper name is. What else have we got here? This is a small deluxe. Yeah, wow. So yeah, it's smaller than I thought it'd be, to be fair. It really is, but bigger than New Age figures. New Age is there, and of course definitely a lot bigger than your Dr. Wu. Right, let's have a quick final look at him, because he's just stunning. He is just really stunning. The detail on this is great. Perhaps you can move that out of the way if you wanted to. No, once it's there, it's attached. The sword is complete, as you say, translucent plastic. It is sharp. I should get that across to you guys as well. All this is sharp as well. It's definitely not a kid's toy. It's not aimed at kids anyway, but these are sharp. They're not pliable. And I think that's pretty much it. You can see even with the giant sword, he holds firm. He's not about to tilt. He's not about to rock over, which is great. And again, it's one of them cases, if you know, you get what you pay for, because he's more expensive than your mainline figures, but even though he's not as big as them, but look what you get with it. So again, there we go. I think he looks really good, and he will be being displayed like that in robot mode. Also, huge thank you to RJ for the loan of this as well, and that's all I've got to say, to be honest. So there you go, guys. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. Take care.